Alright, travel crew, welcome to the culinary frontier. This decaying structure hums with a low, resonant thrum, a sound that vibrates right through the soles of my boots. The air is thick with a heavy, cloying sweetness, like overripe fruit mixed with something sharply metallic. Nobi's fur is bristling, his low hum vibrating against my hand, confirming this place is alive with volatile energies. Look at these walls, pulsating softly with viscous, living tendrils that weep a deep obsidian liquid. This is our prime ingredient, Symbiote-Black Ink. I'm using my reinforced tongs to carefully extract a droplet from a pulsing vein. It's denser than crude oil and shimmers with an impossible depth. The scent profile is complex, burnt sugar, distant lightning, and an underlying earthy musk that smells like ancient, dormant power. Nobi's tail twitches rapidly, sensing the raw, untamed essence radiating from this ink. My curse blocks all taste, but this ink sends a strange, icy pressure deep into my chest. A new kind of warning I've never felt before. It feels like a phantom chill, not from the air, but directly from the ingredient's energy. This ink is intensely volatile, alive, and incredibly reactive. What do you think, travel crew? Is this ink more dangerous alive or purified? Alright, travel crew, we've tracked the source of that strange energy signature right here. The air smells of ancient stone and burnt sugar, just like our ink. This elder, Kale, is a steward of the shifting sands, keeper of forgotten lore. I'm holding up the Symbiote-Black Ink, its obsidian shimmer catching the light. Kale's amber eyes fix on the ink. Ah, the shadow sap, Kale rasps. His voice like dry leaves, it flows with the spirit currents. Boy, touch it not with bare skin. Abe, he warns, lest it claim your inner light. The icy pressure in my chest intensifies, a sharp, cold spike, making my breath hitch. It feels like the shadow sap is probing for purchase inside me. Kale explains, shadow sap reacts to life force, drawing it in. My curse blocks taste, but this new sensation is a direct drain, a chilling emptiness. So, travel crew, is this shadow sap a key ingredient or a dangerous trap? Alright, travel crew, Kale's warning about the shadow sap claiming my inner light has us taking extra precautions. He led us to this secluded grotto, a place he calls the Still Heart, where the spirit currents are said to be calm. The air here is cool and still, smelling of damp earth and ancient undisturbed stone. Nobi's fur lies flat against his back, a good sign that this spot is less volatile. I'm using these ancient bone tongs Kale provided to carefully transfer a droplet of the shadow sap into a sealed obsidian flask. The moment the flask closes, a faint, high-pitched whine emanates from within, vibrating through my fingertips. Nobi instantly recoils, his ears flattening, a clear signal of distress from the contained ink. The ink inside the flask begins to pulse with a slow, rhythmic beat, like a tiny dark heart trying to escape. It feels like it's trying to breathe through the glass, searching for an escape route. The icy pressure in my chest intensifies, a sharp, cold tug that makes my vision swim for a second. Kale watches, his face grim, confirming my suspicion. The ink is actively resisting containment. He says, it seeks the warmth of life, boy, like a shadow seeking sun. Travel crew, this ink fights back when contained. Does that make it more powerful or easier to control? Alright, travel crew, this shadow sap is proving more stubborn than a stubborn root vegetable. Kale's Still Heart Grotto might be calm, but this ink inside the obsidian flask is anything but. The high-pitched whine from the flask has grown into a low, guttural growl. Nobi's entire body is trembling now, his fur standing on end like static electricity. I'm using Kale's bone tongs to carefully transfer the pulsing droplet into a reinforced crystal vial, hoping to stabilize its volatile energy. But the moment the ink touches the crystal, it surges. A dark tendril snaps from the main droplet, lashing out with impossible speed. It wraps around the bone tongs, instantly dissolving them into fine ash with a sharp hiss. The icy pressure in my chest explodes into a searing cold fire, making my breath catch. My vision blurs again, but this time, the edges of the grotto seem to ripple with dark energy. Travel crew. This ink just dissolved ancient bone. What kind of container can possibly hold something so aggressively alive? Travel crew, that ink just proved it eats through ancient bone like butter. The air in Kale's grotto now shimmers with a faint purple haze, and the growling from the vial is getting louder. Nobi is pressed against my leg, his fur vibrating like a plucked string, sensing the ink's aggressive hunger. I need something inert, something that can sing against this ink's destructive frequency. My eyes land on a cluster of deep violet crystals embedded in the grotto wall, humming with a low, steady tone. These aren't just rocks, they're natural sonic resonators, perfectly tuned to the grotto's still heart energy. Using my reinforced tongs, I carefully chip off a small, perfectly formed crystal shard. Its surface feels cool and dense, and it smells faintly of crushed minerals and distant starlight. I quickly transfer the pulsing ink droplet into the crystal's hollowed core. The ink recoils, then settles, its dark tendrils retracting as the crystal emits a faint, high-pitched chime. But the searing cold fire in my chest intensifies, spreading like frost across my ribs. My vision now pulses with dark, swirling patterns, making the grotto walls seem to breathe. Travel crew, this crystal is holding the ink, but what is this ink doing to me? Travel crew, this crystal is singing a lullaby to the Symbiote-Black Ink, but the song feels like it's playing inside my own bones. The grotto wall where the violet crystal once pulsed now feels strangely hollow, a silent echo in the vibrant rock. A faint, sweet mineral scent, like crushed amethyst, now fills the void left behind. I'm carefully placing the resonating crystal with its precious cargo into my reinforced containment vessel. The vessel itself now hums with a low, resonant thrum, mirroring the crystal's song. The sheer weight of this contained power is immense, pulling at my arm with a strange, magnetic force. My vision still pulses with dark, swirling patterns, making the grotto lights dance like fireflies. The icy pressure in my chest is now a constant, dull ache, spreading like frost across my ribs. A new sensation. My fingers, even through the reinforced gloves, feel a deep, internal tremor, like the crystal is resonating through me. Nobi's low growl vibrates against my leg, confirming the ink's contained aggression. Travel crew, this ink is secured, but is it truly stable or just waiting for its moment? Travel crew, this grotto is throwing a tantrum because we took its favorite toy. The very ground beneath my boots is groaning, sending tremors up my legs as the cavern walls begin to shed their ancient rock. Dust, thick with the scent of pulverized stone, and a faint, bitter mineral tang chokes the air. Nobi's fur is flattened against his back, and his low, urgent whimper vibrates through my hand, telling me exactly where the next rockfall will hit. I'm using my body like a counterweight, shifting my stance to absorb the shocks and keep the containment vessel perfectly level. The vessel's magnetic pull is now a violent tug, trying to rip itself from my grasp with every lurch of the earth. My vision swirls with even darker, more aggressive patterns, making the falling debris seem to dance around me. The icy ache in my chest has sharpened into a searing cold, and my fingers, still trembling, feel like they're being slowly frozen from the inside out. I can hear the crystal inside the vessel screaming now, a high-pitched whine that resonates directly in my teeth. This grotto is collapsing because we removed the ink's anchor. Travel crew, how much more can this vessel, or I, endure before it all shatters? Travel crew, this grotto is throwing a full-blown tantrum, but a master chef never abandons his ingredients. The very ground beneath my boots is now bucking like a wild beast, trying to shake the vessel from my grip. Dust, thick with the scent of pulverized stone and a faint, bitter mineral tang, chokes the air, making Nobi's urgent whimpers sound muffled. I'm using my reinforced gauntlets to apply precise, counter-rotational pressure to the vessel's outer shell. Each tremor from the grotto tries to disrupt the delicate balance I'm creating, but I'm focusing on the subtle shifts within the ink. The vessel's magnetic pull is now a violent tug, trying to rip itself from my grasp with every lurch of the earth. My vision swirls with even darker, more aggressive patterns, making the falling debris seem to dance around me. The searing cold in my fingers has now spread, a phantom taste like bitter static prickling my tongue. A sharp, acrid burn, not in my mouth, but deep in my throat, makes me cough. I can hear the crystal inside the vessel shrieking now, a desperate, high-pitched wail that resonates directly in my teeth. This grotto is collapsing faster, and the ink inside is fighting back with every ounce of its raw power. Travel crew, how do you calm an ingredient that's literally screaming to escape its prison? Travel crew, after battling that grotto and purifying the Symbiote-Black Ink, these alien parasite sliders are finally ready for their debut. My black liquid claws, still shimmering with residual energy, carefully lift one slider to my lips. Nobi lets out a low, guttural growl, his fur bristling, sensing the profound shift about to occur. The air around me crackles with an almost visible energy, a scent like ozone and burnt sugar intensifying. I take the first bite. A jolt, not of flavor, but of pure, raw information explodes through my senses. It's a symphony of textures. The yielding bun, the dense, almost crystalline ink, the crisp snap of alien greens. But the taste, it's 1,000 voices whispering ancient secrets, a cascade of forgotten memories that aren't my own. My vision blurs, not from dizziness, but from seeing more, layers of reality peeling back like onion skin. The grotto's walls pulse with a new, vibrant light, revealing hidden glyphs I couldn't perceive before. The phantom chill in my chest transforms into a burning core, a new kind of power awakening within me. Nobi presses against my leg, his hum now a frantic vibration, his eyes wide with a mix of fear and awe. Travel crew, I can taste the multiverse now, but what exactly have I become? Travel crew, that bite wasn't just taste, it was an explosion of everything. The grotto's pulsing glyphs are fading now, the vibrant light dimming like a dying ember. Nobi's frantic hum has softened to a low, weary rumble, his fur still slightly bristled against my leg. My black liquid claws have receded, but the burning core in my chest remains, a constant low thrum. The multiverse's whispers are still echoing in my mind, a symphony of raw information from every ingredient. It's not just flavor, it's a torrent of data, 1,000 lives lived in a single bite. Every scent now carries 1,000 hidden stories, a weight I never knew existed. My curse is broken, but the cost is more profound than I imagined. I can taste, yes, but it's overwhelming, a constant flood of alien memories and sensations. Nobi presses closer, sensing the profound, permanent shift within me. This world's energy is almost spent, pulling us towards the next portal. What kind of chef do I become when every ingredient tells me its entire history? Is this new power a gift or a new kind of curse?